Hey there. I decided this morning to touch base for day 4 from the gardens because today's really a heavy veg day. You may be thinking as you look at the menu, where's the meat? And that's just because, you know, antioxidants are super, super important when we're trying to reboot. Okay, we're trying to supercharge. So I did this because I want you to see that even in a less than desirable situation, I don't have a big garden like I used to have. I have this little tiny raised bed here, and the rest of it is in containers. And you can tell my lawn needs to be mowed desperately, but it's been over 100 degrees here for a couple of weeks now. We're really been in a heat wave. And so I'm just trying to keep everything alive. And one of the ways I do that is by letting the grass grow long so that it can hold the moisture in. So ignore the landscaping that looks atrocious. It's because it's been incredibly hot here in Idaho this summer. We had a great spring that was very cool. But just to show you the variety, because this is kind of what we're going to be eating and what we're going to be focusing on. And the reason I wanted to show you this is that you can do this. You don't have to have a big plot. And of course now it's the end of the season. So, but you reap what you sow. So just to understand, you can start small. You can start with, you can see, of course, if you wanted to, tower gardens are the easiest plug and play gardening there is. But there's also right here, right there it is it's a sheep trough from the farm store. And this year I had to move it because it was under a tree and shade, and it didn't grow well last year, but it has broccoli and zucchini, and I've thrown petunias in. You'll notice that there's petunias throughout my things, because when you're planting, you want to have plants that help support each other and then help repel insects and with nutrients and things like that. But if you're just starting small, plant the things you like. And like I said, there's so many resources. It's so simple. And I have my raised bed with my fence around it so that the dog stops digging it up. And in the raised bed, because in my towers I can't grow root vegetables. So I've got my potatoes and my onions and my beets and I'm trying rutabagas this year. This is the first time I've done that. I always have something every year that's kind of an experiment plant, and this year it's experiment. Last year it was Brussels sprouts, and so this year, let's see if I can get over here a little bit closer. Can you see the Brussels sprouts growing in my palette? So they're going really, really well right now. I had a huge problem with aphids last week, and hopefully I'm in front of them now, but the aphids were just covering my Brussels sprouts. So they look a little bit curled, but they're fine now. And my celery is going to seed here, and I've harvested some cabbages and cauliflower already out of this boat. And this one is watermelon and cantaloupes. So, and my strawberries, we just got some strawberries last night. So those are all, they're so delicious. So my point is, there's so many benefits of veg. And even if you don't have a garden, even if you don't want a garden, that's okay. Just know that the farmer's market or the produce aisle, stick to the outside edges of your supermarket. That's where the whole food is. And because I'm such a proponent and an advocate for getting it as whole and fresh as you can, that's why I garden. I garden because I can control my food supply. And I can grow enough in the summer, even in these small little places. This tower, if you look at this, all of my towers. So I only have 3 out here, the rest are out front. So this one right here is tomatoes and peppers. That'll be salsa. And then the one next to it are my herbs. And then the one on the end is also tomatoes and peppers. I have the 2 taller ones are tomatoes and peppers. And out of that, I'll have enough to can salsa. And that's really what we like. I have a really killer recipe. If you want it, let me know and I'll post it. But I have a really great recipe I've been making for years and years and years for salsa. And so that way we have it all year. And we can enjoy those fresh tomatoes and not the greenhouse tomatoes. You know, when we get to December and January, we're eating tomatoes out of a greenhouse just like you are. But if what I can control for as long as I can, that's fantastic. So it's not because it's perfect. I'm not showing you this. I mean, you can tell it's not beautiful at all. It's just to show you, hello airplane, just to show you that it doesn't have to be hard, and there isn't one right way to do it. Like I said, this year I threw petunias in my towers and in my all of my containers to try and keep some of the bugs. For us, it's earwigs and aphids, and I learned that wasps eat aphids. So I'm not as, although my dog just got bit on the nose by a wasp earlier. But what we think are pests may be helpful to us. I guess it's just open your mind to a different way, and to recognizing that as close to the earth as you can get it, the more nutrients it's going to have, the more it's going to support your body, the more it's going to heal your body. And that's really the key, is we've just gotten so far away from this for so many different reasons. And so if you can't grow it yourself, almost all communities have, and some of the smaller communities even have the best farmers markets, and at even the grocery store. I still get, probably not this time of year, tropical fruits are in season, so we're getting our mangoes and pineapple and papayas from the grocery store, because we can't grow them here. But the berries, and I don't have berries really. Well, that's a blueberry, and it actually did produce some, so I do have blueberries. We have some raspberries coming up from the neighbors, and some strawberries, but not enough for our whole family to eat. It's just a handful for me to snack on when I'm out working in the yard. So we do still require some outside sources, but try to get them as clean as you can, try to get them as whole as you can. And that, it's just the intention and the effort. It's going to go so far. And I hope that through this process of this 10-day journey that you're taking, that you're going to find some new flavor palettes that you like, and some new preparations that you thought you didn't like or you've not tried. I know, like I said, I try to grow something new every year. I try to experience something new. When I go to the grocery store, I try and pick up something new. I try a new recipe, just because the diversity is so good for our microbiome. And yeah, that's all. I just wanted to touch base. I wanted to inspire you and have you hope that you can see that it doesn't have to be perfect. Your lawn doesn't have to be well manicured, and your plants can be kind of stressed in the heat, and that's okay, because in the end, we're all just doing the best we can, and you've got this.